Hello, hello. Welcome to another edition of NS9BETS. I'm Cody. That's Tyler. We're drinking and we're ready to talk some bets.
Cody,
Yes,
you
sir.
feel like tailing me yet?
I do. I do feel like tailing you. We're going to see
Well,
what
you're
happens with this
jumping on
podcast.
you are jumping in at the wrong time.
I know I am. But you're
Because
still in the heater.
I have won 8 in a row, and we know it's coming to an end. I'm about to go in 8. 8 in a
You're on
row.
the
I
heater.
give you a golden pick today, Cody. Golden.
I know.
You ignored me.
Well, to be fair, I was in the
I
middle
got a
of
text
my...
back. Interesting. That was
Yeah,
it.
that's all I could say at the time because I was
Tail
doing
it.
laundry. I was
Tail
running
it.
all over Hackensack.
Tail it. That's all you had to do. All you had to do. Tail my bet. I went 7-0 in the NFL, and I gave you a golden baseball pick today.
Did you post those NFL picks on the Twitter?
I posted like 5 of them.
Okay, that's fair. Because I didn't post any.
No, you didn't.
I won 2 straight bets, lost a straight bet, and lost all my parlays.
Like I have no complaints about my NFL day. Saturday, college football, just an absolute shit show for me.
Same.
Just not good, bud.
It was not fun.
I don't know I just could not get a read on a single thing on Saturday.
No, and that's usually how college football goes, though. You have to wait until later in the season.
Yeah.
Get a feel for how these teams are going to play. NFL, you kind of know what you're going to get.
Yeah, especially now with the transfer portal, it's so hard.
Yeah, because you haven't seen these guys, you haven't heard of these guys. Some of them, and that transferred, you haven't heard of them because they haven't played, which is why they transferred.
And I really got hurt Saturday because I jumped on a lot of live bets like Texas A&M. I figured, jumping on them at like 3.5, that's gonna just somehow they're going to win this game.
Yeah, see, that's where I didn't pull the trigger fast enough on a live bet. I think we were talking in the group chat about the Marshall Notre Dame game, and I was watching it. We had it on at work, and I was like, I pulled up the live lines, and I was like, maybe I should take it, but I was like, I hadn't watched any of the game prior, so I was like, do I hop on Marshall now or do I wait and see what happens? I should have hopped on Marshall when I had a chance.
No, there were a lot of dog bets that you could have jumped on for college football. Hell, there were a lot of dog bets to jump on in NFL.
Yes.
I think the 3 biggest favorites lost.
Yes, they did.
Or at least tied.
Yes.
I was on one of them.
Was Indy a big favorite?
They're, I think, 10.
Really?
9.5, 10.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense.
Because I jumped on... So I had Chicago plus 6.5, just because San Francisco just seems to be one of those teams that's not that good, but they always
try and they talk a big game in the offseason, and it's just like.
But they're a great team. They're a great team to jump on when they're dogs. When they're favored, they are. The more I think about it, they're almost like the Steelers.
As a dog this week, I know we'll get into it, but as a dog this week, I would absolutely jump on. Or wait, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong game.
Yeah, the 49ers are not dogs.
No, they're not dogs. I was looking at the Chicago game. My bad. I was thinking you said San Francisco. No. They played Chicago. Chicago's a dog this week.
Yeah.
That's where I got confused.
But
maybe you jump on Seattle as a dog.
We'll get to all that.
We will. We will get to it.
So we're switching it up a little bit this week. We're coming in with 4. Are we doing 4 per NCAA?
I have 5 college football.
Okay, we're just going to go.
I believe we have 5 NFL.
That works.
I am currently writing them down because I tried to remember what we discussed.
And I am going to take all of these games I pick. I have done 0 research because this is what works for me. I look at it, I pick it, I move.
Me, on the other hand, I like to use logic, and it doesn't always help me.
No, logic's stupid in gambling. You look at it, it depends on what you mean by logic, Cody.
I guess.
logically, like to a normal person, does not mean the same thing as a gambler.
No, you're right, because I've been saying this to myself for a while, that whatever I think is going to win, I need to take the opposite. Whatever I think's a mortal lock, I need to take the opposite.
Nope. You cannot fade yourself ever, because then in your own brain,
You can't doubt yourself. Yeah.
no, you can't fade yourself, because whenever you fade yourself, your brain automatically thinks to the other side. And then you're fading the pick you didn't want to take, and you end up taking whatever
you already wanted to take.
Exactly. It doesn't work.
I got you.
You gotta just look at it, pick it, move on. Speaking of Pickett, he needs to start.
Pickett needs to start. Yeah, Mitch didn't play a great game.
Mitch sucks.
Who was I listening to earlier? I forget. It was either Pat McAfee show or somebody else. But it was basically like, Mitch didn't win the game, but he didn't lose you the game. And if you had Ben Roethlisberger out there, would have been
he damn near lost in the game because he didn't move the football.
That's fair, but what do you think Ben would have done?
Which Ben?
Ben from last year.
Probably
Old man Ben Roethlisberger.
Probably the same exact thing.
He would have been worse.
No, Mitch sucks.
Hey, we'll see what they do.
Mitch blows.
I'm gonna roll with Mitch until he's no longer the starter.
I mean, I don't have a choice but to roll with him.
I'm not gonna run him out of town. He's my quarterback.
He's not my quarterback. But I will watch him because I gotta root for him. I can't not. Like, I don't want the Steelers to lose. I'm not one of those people that want Mitch to struggle so that Kenny Pickett will play.
No.
I just think that Mitch will struggle, and I'd rather see Kenny Pickett.
I'd rather see Kenny Pickett too. But I also think there are reasons why Kenny Pickett isn't playing.
I don't. I think reasons
they want him to get used to the NFL. Get used to the NFL, get used to a game day, get used to the season. Look what happened with Patrick Mahomes. We sat Patrick Mahomes behind Alex Smith for a year. He comes in and goes.
Mahomes was raw as hell.
Huh?
Patrick Mahomes was raw as hell.
Yeah, he was.
Kenny Pickett's almost 25 years old. Shit or get off the pot.
All right.
We need to have a Steelers podcast.
I've been telling DiNardo we got to do NS11.
Should we?
Should we?
Should
I told him the only way I do it is if Ryan does it with me.
Oh, okay. I'll go screw myself.
I mean, you can be included.
No, that's cool. I'll go screw myself.
No, you're included.
Nope.
I didn't know you were as passionate about the Steelers as.
No, we're good. You and Ryan have fun.
All right.
You and Ryan have a good, grand old time.
Anyway, let's talk. You want to talk college football?
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Let's start.
What's first game of the slate?
Let's start out with. I don't know if it's the first game that's going to be played on the slate.
Well, what's our first game of our slate?
Our first game of our slate is going to be Georgia, South Carolina.
What are we looking at line-wise here, Cody?
I'm not telling you. You got to make your pick first.
No, I need the line.
Give me a second. All right, our line is Georgia minus 24.5 on the road.
On the road.
It's an SEC game.
So, this is a game that I would not typically pick. We mentioned it last week. I probably would and like I said, I will take all these games. What's the over-under? Give me that.
51.5. You're better off taking the over.
Give me the over in that game.
There you go.
I'm jumping on the over on that.
I knew you were going to take the over.
I mean, I do like Spencer Rattler still.
You're insane.
They should have covered last week.
But they didn't.
They should have.
By the way, I won our little
bullshit safety.
I won our little bet off.
I
told you to take Arkansas on the spread because Spencer Rattler stinks.
As I'm I'm just keeping myself honest here.
What?
Hear me?
No,
You said you hate that guy.
I do. It's a known fact that I hate Spencer Rattler. Ever since I watched him on that show on Netflix.
QB1.
Yeah. Told me everything I needed to know about the kid.
Yeah, he's
How do you get suspended not for drugs from high school? It's because you bullied somebody.
I don't even know what he did. Regardless,
He obviously bullied somebody.
honestly, he's
He
So
is
you-
not a leader. He is not a team player. He's all about himself. Why do you think he left Oklahoma? Because he got booed out of the building instead of trying to pull up his bootstraps and say, we're going to do this thing.
so here's the thing that gets me with Spencer Rattler. I know he's not good, but he's a guy that can just light it up at any time. It's like that
It's
underdog,
inconsistent.
but it's like that lightning in a bottle. I'm just trying to catch it here because I know
But
one of these weeks
to
he's going to
your
be a
favor-
heavy underdog.
To your favor, though, that's what helps you with the over.
That's why I'm going to take that's my pick in that one. I'm taking the over.
I think it's everybody already knows my pick. I'm taking Georgia minus 24.5 on that one.
Dude, Stetson Bennett blows.
That entire team is stacked. I don't
But
care.
Stetson Bennett blows.
He's been getting carried by the rest of the team. He doesn't need to be elite. All he has to do is get the ball where it needs to go. Doesn't have to be flashy.
For the record, my over is 52. Placing the bet now.
All right. Let's hope the hook doesn't kill you there.
It is what it is if it does.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next game. This is a game I wasn't really sure about, but I figured it was worth talking about. Penn State, Auburn. Big Ten versus SEC. Auburn is 2-0, but I don't think they had a blowout win last week. Let me double check here. No, it was not a blowout win, and I thought they were. We talked about their game last week. They were playing San Jose State. They only won by. I gotta do quick math. 8. They won by 8. They were favored by 24 to San Jose State. That's a Sun Belt school. They're in the SEC. Everything's pointing PSU.
And that is exactly why Auburn +3 is the play here.
Okay.
SEC school, the common gambler's going to look at this. They're going to see number 22 only favored by 3 over an unranked school that just barely beat a scrub team. Auburn +3, I'd even probably think about going money line here. I wouldn't be shocked if... Well, actually, this line's probably going to stay the same.
Yeah.
Because there's probably going to be a lot of Auburn money going here.
Yes. I would assume so.
It's not going to push down anymore. I think Auburn's absolutely the play here.
Actually, big money is on Penn State here.
Well, then, Sean Clifford is
at the moment,
terrible quarterback.
I agree. At the moment, 68% of the money is on Penn State.
Like, I would even sprinkle some money line here.
Okay.
But
Well, I mean, you're better
Auburn-
off money line. Or never mind. Penn State
No.
is favored. I'm sorry.
yeah, I am going Auburn +3. That's my pick of the week there. Not pick of the week, but that is my pick of this game.
Okay. I like Penn State money line. I know it's not great value, but I also don't trust them to win by more than 3 points. But I think they'll win this game.
That's a pussy play.
Hey, you want to make money? Or
I
you
mean,
want to
Are you making any money at plus or at -150?
Yeah, you make money.
Hardly.
You're still making money. You got to sprinkle in those easy wins. And I don't even think this is an easy win.
This is not an easy win.
Exactly.
But
that's why
but
you can't.
Cody,
why would you do -3 here?
because what at the worst, what are you doing? You're gonna push.
You're gonna lose money.
What are the? Well, yeah, you're gonna lose money too. But where's the value? Like, you might as well just go -3, and then if they win by a field goal, you just push and move on.
What if they only win by 1?
What are the odds of that?
Well, look at the game that happened last night.
It hardly happens.
It happens. And it's college. College is less predictable than NFL.
I'm
telling you, the safe bet on this game is Penn State money line minus 150.
I think you're stupid.
We'll agree to disagree.
I think the absolute value there is Auburn money line.
And that's your prerogative.
Also, I think the under is in play there. I think both quarterbacks are absolutely terrible.
Penn State ranks first in red zone efficiency.
Sean Clifford is one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life.
I'm just telling you.
He is so bad. So I'm going Auburn +3 there. You're going Penn State money line. You're just gonna take, the
give me my
low
pennies.
value.
Give me my pennies.
Oh dear Lord. To be honest though, 150 is about the line that's where I'm not taking any more money line. Anything beyond that, it's not worth it.
150 is your line?
That's about the line where, like, if we get 160, 170, what's the point?
Yeah, I don't hate you. I don't hate that logic. All right, let's move on. Miami, Texas A&M. Let me find the game real quick. Texas A&M is favored -5, -5.5, depending on the book you use. Over under 45.
Let me try to find what my line is here, but I will tell you exactly what I want to do here. I just really want to yell that it's all about the U.
I don't see. This is a game where the SEC is going to top the ACC. I think a Big Ten team like Penn State is more of a threat than a Miami ACC team.
Man, A&M's quarterback is so bad. There are a lot of bad college quarterbacks, Cody.
Yeah.
Tell me more about this game that you like.
Give me 1 second.
Because
it really just comes down to it's an SEC team playing the ACC.
So yeah,
and if we're being honest, I am a Pitt fan, but the ACC is below the Big Ten.
It's awful. The ACC is awful. However, I think you could argue that the SEC is not that good this year.
Okay.
They did just, and it does kind of smell of a sucker line being that tight.
Yeah.
Because A&M is coming off being the number 6 team in the nation.
Miami's ranked, aren't
they? They are. They're not highly ranked.
13th. Miami's
13th.
A&M's 24th.
They suck. Give me A&M.
There you go.
Miami sucks.
Exactly. And it's at A&M.
See,
granted, App State was at A&M last year.
We got to talk it out. And then I got to realize what's going on in my head here.
I think A&M is going to come out pissed off they lost to an App State team they should have beat.
That's what should happen. But their quarterback is dog water.
I don't disagree.
But Miami is actually, like, as a team, bad.
Yes. I'm taking A&M -5.5.
Love it. Hold on. Let me add it to my card. You can move on to the next game, actually.
All right. Next game. Oklahoma, Nebraska. I only put this on here because it's an easy bet to make. Oklahoma -10.5. Nebraska's coach just got fired. Nebraska's terrible. They're 1-2. I don't even know who they beat.
to go back, I absolutely, positively love the pick more. Now that I look more into it, A&M over Miami's maybe the easiest pick of my life.
Yeah. See, I told
That,
you.
that is probably the easiest pick ever. There is no question. Nebraska and who?
Oklahoma, the former home of Spencer Rattler.
Yep, go ahead. What's that over under there?
Over under, we got 66.5.
Slam the under in this bad boy. Oklahoma's offense is
Oh.
not good. Nebraska's going to be terrible. They're going to replace Scott Frost. I don't know if have they announced a replacement yet?
Probably an interim of some sort. I don't know who.
Who is it? Do we
don't
know? I need to know what position he coaches.
Let's look it up. You gonna look it up? I'll keep talking.
I'm working on it here.
So, Oklahoma's 18th in red zone efficiency, and they're 16th in yards per play, which I kind of love. And they're fourth in turnovers, meaning they don't turn the ball over. But they're 120th in points scored. So let me look. What are their past games? So far, they beat Kent State 33-3, and they beat UTEP 45-13. Covered both of those games. Or no, they only covered the UTEP game. They did not cover in the Kent State game. That was 33.5. They missed it by the hook.
Give me the under in it. He is being replaced by Mickey Joseph.
Defensive guy?
Nope. He's a passing game coordinator, wide receiver coach, but he's only been there this year. Team's not going to believe in him. I was hoping that it would be a big fat offensive line coach that we're just going to pound the rock, or like a big fat defensive line coach like an Eddie O.
If it was a defensive coach, I would be right there with you.
Slamming that under. But I don't believe in Oklahoma offensively. I think Dylan Gabriel also stinks. Venables is a defensive coach. Give me the under. At the very least, Nebraska's just not going to score enough points because they're not talented enough.
Yeah, Nebraska's actually scored more points than I thought this year.
They have, but they played Northwestern, and then
they played Northwestern, scored
scrubs.
28. I don't know if I like my pick anymore. Looking at those numbers, I might have to tail you on this.
I'm slamming the under here. Putting it in right now.
I'll tail your under.
I've got it at 67. I think that's the safe play there.
Now, did you have a college football mortal lock? Are you doing both, or are you just doing one? You doing college and NFL?
I did. If you want to go with yours first, let me.
So it's the next game I want to talk about. My mortal lock is BYU plus 3.5. Should have got it when the line opened. It was plus 6.5. But I still like it at plus 3.5. I think they're going to win outright. So if you really wanted to, you could take the money line here, plus 155. But I'm sticking with plus 3.5. I already put it in. That's how confident I am. Oregon stinks this year. BYU has played very well so far. They beat Baylor 26-20. And Oregon, they didn't do anything against Georgia, which, I mean, you can't really do anything to Georgia. And then they played a FCS school and won 70-14 to get their spirits back up. Now they got to play a real team.
Time out. What'd you say your pick was?
BYU plus 3.5.
Okay.
Why?
I thought you said minus 3.5. I was a little bit confused. Mike. I am on an 8-0 heater right now. No run first inning tonight, bud. I won 7 straight in NFL.
Wow. Tell me you just don't pay attention to the show. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike. Oh, my God. Bucko Mike he doesn't listen.
No. You think that guy listens to anything? You ever see him tweet?
He listens to me. Oh man. All right, here's my pick of the week here. We're gonna go with, hate to say it, Washington -3.5 over Michigan State. That is my lock.
What, it was Michigan, you said?
Michigan State.
Michigan State. Sorry, I was looking at Bucko Mike being an idiot.
In on no planet should Washington be favored in this game.
Yeah, I really don't understand why. I mean, Michigan State's already kind of stole money from me this year, so I'm not betting them ever again.
Michigan State is not a good football team.
No.
Well, they're a good football team. They're not good enough. They are going to be overly ranked all the time because they're going to win 9 games because they just play good enough. And I hate that the Pac-12 is going to beat the Big Ten. But that is my mortal lock in college.
All right. I'm looking at this. So Michigan State hasn't played if you want to say quote unquote real team yet. They've had 2 MAC opponents. They beat Western Michigan 35-13, and they beat Akron 52-0.
I like Akron.
This is their whatever. This is their first real game. Akron.
We did used to call it Crackton.
So take that for what it's worth. But you could argue Washington hasn't played a real team either. They started out with Kent State, and then they played, I don't even know what team this is, PRST.
You're calling Kent State not a real team?
They're in the MAC.
Can't read, can't write, can't remember what you did last night?
What?
Can't read, can't write, can't remember what you did last night?
Yeah, that's me.
And it's also Kent State.
No, it's Portland State. Washington played Portland State. They won 52-6. Portland State is an FCS school.
Washington favored 3.5.
Doesn't make sense.
On no planet does that line make any sense at all. That's why it's my pick of the week. All also, right. I've watched enough Michigan State football in my lifetime being a Big Ten fan. They stink. Mel Tucker's overrated. He got paid a crap ton of money to just be a mediocre head coach.
Yeah. Yeah, I bought into the hype week 1.
The guy just straight up cannot recruit a quarterback. On to the NFL.
Let's go to the men's league. First game, Thursday night football, Chargers-Chiefs. Chiefs are favored 4.5 at home. I kind of like it, but I kind of really like the Chargers.
Yeah, it's a divisional game.
Yes, Mike, the pick was Michigan State. Pay
No,
attention,
I picked Washington.
I thought you picked Michigan State.
No, I picked Washington 3.5.
I guess I wasn't listening.
No, Washington's unranked and favored over number 11 Michigan State. I'm taking Washington.
Okay. Sorry.
Good.
I'm taking Michigan.
So this is what the line being where it's at is
not a nice number.
No, it's literally right where you probably want to put it. I guess I'll take the over just because there might be enough scoring late.
Yeah.
I think the line's like the over-under's low enough that I'd feel okay with it. I mean, it's still pretty high, like 54.5. It's also going to depend on whether Keenan Allen can go this week.
He's not.
He's not.
I'm pretty sure that's already out there that he's not.
Yeah, the hammy's bad. So we're looking at like a 34-30 game. Give me the over. I don't like it. Just give me the over.
I do like it. I do like the over because I think
That's why I
these,
don't like it.
both
That's
these
why I don't
defenses
like it,
aren't
Cody,
great.
because you like it. Give me the under.
Fine, I'll take the over.
No, I'm taking the over. I actually have it at 54.5.
The way Kansas City played against Arizona, it's like I feel like they're going to be able to do that to.
Give me the under. I'm taking the under.
Why are you seesawing here?
I'm taking the under. 54.5 under. I'm an unders guy now. I already took it. Under 54.5.
Chargers can stop anyone, Mike says.
Exactly. Bucko Mike's on my side.
Can't.
No, he's
He
not.
said can't.
Nobody ever
He
listens
said
to Bucko
can't.
Mike. Listen.
It's going to be a
Look
back
at what
and
happens week
forth
one.
game.
Take it. I took the under.
I'm taking the over.
I took the under. Love the under.
All right, let's go to the next game then. It was an easy one.
That's a lot of points that need to be scored. No, it's not. Reverse that. I'm taking the over.
Glad you made up your mind.
Taking the over.
All right, let's go on to the next game. New England, Pittsburgh.
One and a half, right?
Yep. In New England's favor. I saw a stat earlier. I need to see if I can find it. Had something to do with what was it? Was it underdogs in week 2? It was something about teams that played. It didn't cover the spread. I don't know.
What's the over under in the Steelers Patriots game?
Give
me the over.
40.5.
Give me the Steelers money line. Steelers are starting 2-0. Mac Jones blows. Honestly, I would prefer to take the under, but I don't want to root against points. I like points. I have enough unders on my card as I changed my last pick to an over. Give me Steelers.
Oh, here it is. I found
that
stat.
point, yeah.
The Patriots, Colts, and Bucks will all be playing consecutive road games in week 2. I think they forgot to mention New England here. Or no, yeah, Patriots. I'm sorry. Patriots, Colts, and Bucks will all be playing consecutive road games in week 2. Since 2019, teams playing consecutive road games in week 2 are 8-0 against the spread.
Okay, so Steelers money line. It's an even money bet. Give me that one.
I gotta be with you on that one.
Yeah,
New England was not impressive whatsoever against
which is
Tua.
also why you should take the Patriots. But it's a Mike Tomlin game. Tom Brady's no longer there. It's a different offense. Matt Patricia and Joe Judge have no idea what they're doing offensively. No TJ Watt or not.
If the front seven looks even half as good as they did last week against Cincy,
this is one of them coin flip bets. Literally, I mean, it's the spread tells you it. This is a coin flip, and we're kind of just playing with our heart here.
Yeah, but I also didn't see anything from New England that was impressive.
But yeah, that was week 1. You didn't see anything from the Packers that was impressive either.
No, I didn't. You're right. But I also said last week that Minnesota was going to win that game. I knew what we were going to get.
Fair enough.
Which is my logic here. I know what I'm getting with New England. It's not enough to beat the Steelers defense. Steelers offense, on the other hand, see what happens.
Not good. I can bet you that.
So I'm taking Pittsburgh money line. You're taking Pittsburgh money line. Let's move on. Let's go to Monday night, and then we'll backtrack to my mortal lock of the week. First Monday night game is Tennessee-Buffalo. I think Buffalo's a no-brainer.
I love the Titans here.
Why? Tell me why.
Because on this is the absolute perfect storm of all the overreactions from week 1. Plus 10. Derrick Henry, the Titans are still a good team. They just blew it. Everything went as perfect as possible for the Bills. This is the absolute perfect storm of everything a gambler wants, Cody. We're not talking plus 4 here that a late touchdown screws you. Plus 10.
9.5.
I've got it 10.
I've got 9.5.
I've got 10. I absolutely love the Titans in this one. Love them. Love them. I mean, the Bills were not tested in the run game. Cam Akers blows. Darrell Henderson's, he's a guy. He's not bad, but he's a guy. Josh Allen just went off. I love the Titans in this. Love them. This might be one on Sunday where I just if I'm a little hungover, I might throw a little bit of cash on the money line.
On Tennessee money line.
This is one of those I might.
Yeah, I think you're better off just sticking with your plus 9.5, plus 10.
I'm just saying, if it sticks around that number.
It opened at 7.5.
Plus 360. I don't know if you're going to find better value there on a money line bet in the NFL.
I might have one for you. But
I absolutely love Tennessee in that game. Love them.
I like Buffalo minus 9.5. I'm taking the favorite here. Josh Allen's not going to be stopped. Sure, Tennessee can run all over Buffalo, but they're going to have to pass the ball eventually, and they can't do that. They can't do it against Buffalo.
Freaking love Tennessee in this one. Love them. Love them.
Good insight.
This is just one of those that you just look at the board. You see this. You know what happened last week. And you know Tennessee. And Mike Vrabel is going to be fired up to come back after losing a game like they did. And the Bills going out there and just trouncing the defending Super Bowl champions. This is the perfect storm, Cody.
I think you got too much faith in Braves.
No, I don't. I'll never have too much faith in Vrabel.
I like Braves, but
Cody,
I just don't think
7-0 in my last 7 NFL games.
Okay.
Maybe we trust the source.
Oh, you're calling yourself the source now. You're the source. Okay.
What do we got next?
Let's move on. Minnesota, Philly. I like the over. 51.5.
I think I also like that bet. I think I like Philly a little bit more there, minus 2.5. I'll probably go Philly minus 2.5 there.
So I think my bet will be 51.5 over.
I think it's a good bet.
I also think I like sprinkling the money line here. Minnesota.
I don't love that yet. I'd like to see a little more out of O'Connell and what he's bringing to the Vikings.
Yeah.
Before I go head first. like you mentioned earlier, you took the Vikings over the Packers. It kind of like all lined up for that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a little more before I jump in on the Vikings. And I don't think we saw really anything out of the Eagles, but I also think the Eagles are wildly overrated right now.
Yes.
I think Jalen Hurts is
I think
awful.
the Eagles are overrated. Minnesota is the
I think
correct
Minnesota, yeah, yeah, I think it's fair.
But I also
you know
think
what?
Minnesota's going to win the NFC North this year. So
I still think Packers will. I'm going with going Eagles for now. I hate it. I don't like it at all. It makes no sense to me. Taking the Eagles.
I'm taking over 51.5. Now, to my mortal lock in the NFL, Chicago, Green Bay. Chicago plus 9.5.
I think that's stupid.
I think it's going to take Rodgers a few more weeks to figure it out. I think Green Bay wins, but only by a touchdown.
You remember what Rodgers telling the entire city that he owns them?
I do.
He literally owns them. Aaron Rodgers looked like this week one last year, and then he came back and just went on for an MVP season.
I understand, and I think he has the potential to do the same thing, except he still has no chemistry with his receiving core.
That is a fair point.
And I think Justin Fields
played terribly. He did not play well.
I think he's ready to make a point.
And I love Justin Fields. I just don't think he played well. But nobody did. It was a swamp.
Exactly. It was a swamp. They're playing in Green Bay. Not sure what the weather forecast is at the moment. Saying it's going to be partly cloudy. That's all I got.
Wow. Then I guess I'm going to bore you with my lock of the week because I already just ran and raved all over it. It's the Titans plus 10, dude. That is my absolute mortal lock of the week. There is no question. That one's hitting. I have no concern about that one.
Gotcha.
That's it. That's all I need.
You got to have a little concern.
No, I have zero concern that one hits.
That makes me think you're going to lose. Pirates won, by the way.
There's also a good chance it doesn't because the line doesn't make that much sense. I think it's way too big. Like, if I would feel more comfortable, it was like 7.
The Pirates one hit the Reds.
Yeah. With it being as large as it does, I might change my mortal lock. Now that I'm thinking more of it. I actually don't like it.
Now you're second guessing your Tennessee pick.
I don't. No, I like the Tennessee pick. I don't like it as much with it being at 10 the more I think about it because it just doesn't make sense. It screams everyone take Tennessee.
Exactly.
Which kind of annoys me now that I think more into this whole thing.
It's
clamoring
about what happened yesterday. It's exactly what happened yesterday. Everyone was waiting for that line to move to +7 for the Seahawks. They were all waiting for it. You have it. You have the +10. You have the number you want.
All right. Mortal lock, Cardinals +6 over the Raiders. I think the Raiders stink.
Okay.
I think Josh McDaniels is a terrible head coach. And I think Derek Carr is not good. And Kyler Murray's better than he showed.
I think Derek Carr is a good quarterback in the NFL.
Cardinals +6. I don't like it, but I think they lose by a field goal, maybe.
All right. Now that we have the most viewership we've had all night, it's time to say goodbye.
To jump off here, and you'll see me in about 5 minutes.
Before we do that, let's. What games are your must-watch this week? Let's start college football. What's your must-watch?
Ohio State Toledo, effer.
Hey, we can swear on this one.
Well, they're going to
You
see
don't
me in
have
5
to.
minutes.
My game to watch. Ooh. I know what you want me to say because you
I
know it's what I'm going to say, but I'm not going to say it. I'm going to look through here. You know what my game to watch is? Actually, I have two. The first one is Miami, Texas A&M. My second one.
I like that pick.
My second
one?
must-watch game. We're heading to the island. Duquesne Dukes versus Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. I'm all in on that game. Once they actually put lines out for that game, I will be taking Hawaii because Duquesne stinks. But I haven't seen any lines out yet.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one to find. NFL-wise, the Bucs Saints game is going to be interesting. Always is.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, that Titans-Bills game, I don't know what it is. I'm all about it.
All right. I'm gonna keep my trend here with two must watches. First one is Chargers Chiefs must watch. It's gonna be a back and forth. I mean, you have no choice.
You talked me into the over. I'm blaming you for it.
My second must watch. I'm gonna go with Minnesota Philly because I think Minnesota is gonna show people they're for real against Philly.
I think I wouldn't disagree. I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah. So those are my must watches.
And I am interested to see what's going on with Minnesota.
Yes. I'm really high on Minnesota for the same reasons I said last week. No more Mike Zimmer.
Like, for the first time, they have an offensive-minded coach.
They have an offensive-minded coach. They all look like they like being in the same building together.
And it's an offensive-minded coach that came under the wing of Sean McVay, who Kirk Cousins had his best seasons with.
Yes. Exactly. So those are my must-watches.
What was my pick on that? What did I take on that one?
I think you took Philly money line, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm going to switch that. I'm taking the Vikings now. I think more about that. I'm going in on Kevin O'Connell.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, switching that one.
You were like, I need to see what Kevin O'Connell's got. No, now you just talked yourself into Kevin O'Connell.
I talked myself. I had to use my brain. I don't like Jalen Hurts. We're good.
Ipso facto. It's like me with Spencer Rattler.
I just had the wheels were turning. I had to move.
There you go. All right, folks. That's all we got this week. Thank you for joining us, Bucko Mike, and the two other folks that joined late.
It's probably Jim and Anthony.
All right. Thank you, guys, and we will see you next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, hopefully.
And you'll see me in about 5 minutes.
Hopefully, if things work out next Tuesday, we will be simulcasting on 5-Star Matchups channel.
Good to know.
If things get worked out.
Couldn't tell you.
We were supposed to do it tonight. Things didn't get worked out. So that's the plan, though.
Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
No better way to end it. We'll see you guys.
Peace out, Chris.